The Sarcastic Enchantress. Part 3. The Unstable Chair. Now Olga's sad chorus flowed forth, echoed far, to carry her wish to the northernmost star. But a rascally asteroid bounced it right back, and it rattled the little psychiatry shack of old Pavel, whose legs had been eaten by bears, and Ivan, who served as a therapist's chair. Poor Ivan was never permitted to speak. He'd try. Pavel stifled him. Seat. Don't get creaky. The tune, brushed with moon dust, intruded, enchanting inanimate objects to crooning and dancing. The flower pot chirped, "How I hate dirt and daisies." The table sang, "Off, where's my cloth? Are you crazy?" The cream pot cried, "I just can't take any more," then leapt off the ledge to its death on the floor. It's lived, left to live as a dancing chimp's hat, and the mice did a tango that sickened the cat. "I dream I'm a paintbrush," the broom sadly crooned. The dish sang, "I'm gay, run away with me, spoon." Old Pavel clapped, "Yes, you're all making great progress. Look what we accomplish when we can be honest. I'd gladly join in with my flute, give a tweet, but I'm rocked out of tune by my ludicrous seat." But Ivan said, "I can't help moving my feet. There's just no suppressing the truth of the beat." "Hey, turn that crap down," said the lady next door. "It's nap time. I can't even hear myself snore." Old Pavel snapped back, "You're a crabby crustacean. Be gone, or I'll bill you for this consultation." Young Ivan said, "She's stuck that way. Don't be cruel." But Pavel sneered, "I won't be schooled by my stool." Then Pavel's wife Mila burst in. "What's that racket? It's frightened the child and enlivened the gadgets." Then stillness unfurled. Pavel sighed, "Ivan carry," and off in his bedroom he passed out on sherry. Then Ivan spat, "He wants a quieter chair." He ran to the jungle and strangled a bear, then skinned it, dumped buckets of glue on the hide, and hunched down inside till it stiffened and dried. Emerging, he sneered, "Fine, now Pavel can sit on a seat just like Ivan, but silent. I quit." Then Pavel awoke. "Where's that chowderhead Ivan?" "Berserk," Mila cried, "off his rocker, gone violent. He gutted a bear right in front of young Davy. A dingo ran in, thought the skin was a baby. And Ivan was so crazy he didn't feel when I bashed in his brain with this skillet of steel. He howled and meowed. He was out of his mind. Then he bounded away, left this foul thing behind." Old Pavel was pleased. "What a chair to sit on. It's divine. Unlike Ivan, I'll call it divan." Ivan decided he'd walk to the capital city of scholars, enlightened and rational. There I can make my intelligence known, be a tenured philosophy chair or a throne. But first I'll stop off, try this town's famous pastry. I've heard that they're crusty and cursed, but still tasty. He knocked on the gate. "What's it take to get served?" "Oh, we'll serve you," the maid smirked. "Your justly deserts." Ivan asked, "Why the smirk? What's the deal in this dump?" He was tugged, roughly scrubbed, then dressed up like a chump. He entered a room of devices and chains, with high mirrored ceilings and iced pink champagne. The maids blushed. "Wrong door. This must be the wrong floor. This old Sal California is not used anymore." He came to her chamber, and Olga snarled, "Well, what's your smarmy, pretentious proposal? Do tell." He was shocked. "Wait, propose? Hasn't asked you to marry me?" "No, goodness no. I'd propose you seek therapy." "Really," she sneered, "what's your expert analysis?" First glance, he shrugged, "some romantic paralysis. Posture as subtle as flaming red flags, and the raven and snakes. Look, you're cuddling a dragon." She answered, "Perhaps this is just a projection, a manifestation of some introspection of emasculating inadequacy." He laughed, "Don't throw your psychobabble at me." This was not the impression that she'd meant to make. The dragon was simply a silly mistake. She was napping, the poodle came yapping and lapping. She transformed it, barely aware what was happening. The bird was a tutor who'd ended a lesson with some stupid raven and writing desk question. She snarled, "So how are they alike? You tell me." Olga planned to restore them eventually. The snakes were just innocent adders and asps who had spilled from her writhing live serpent stuffed mattress. "All right, fine then," said Olga, "so I'll play your patient, and here is my dream for your interpretation." The bear got so itchy she pulled up a tree to scratch down her back where her claws couldn't reach. A lark and a duck giggled high overhead. "Look, she's baiting her fishhook with bear crust," they said. A cod swam to surface and laughed. "Oh yeah, right, like I'd ever be caught by this clod. I won't bite." The duck laughed so hard that she sprouted mid-air, an egg falling fast at the water down there. The codfish distended his jaw, gulped it down, but it lodged in his throat, and he choked, and he drowned. The bear leapt upon it and gobbled it raw, a fine sushi breakfast with hollandaise sauce. Emerging, she shook off the water and laughed. The itching was gone. She just needed a bath. Ivan asked her, "What color's the egg?" She said, "Pink." "I see," he replied. "In that case, what I think, you're so rose to red hood, and asleep as a fair, you turn slippers to frogs, and wear apples of hair." "What nonsense," she laughed. "And the egg, it was green." "Well, that changes everything. Here's what it means. You're so scared to be used and consumed as a bride, you turn suitors to food, and wear shoes of their hides. But it's not men you fear, it's that judgmental bird representing someone," and she smirked, "silly nerd." Ivan said, "And the itch is an obvious sign." She said, "Fine, tell me yours, now that I've told you mine." There once was a frog, fell in love with a crow, so he hopped to a spot where the black roses grow. There he crawled as if dying, she spiraled above. When she swooped down to gut him, he sang of his love. "From the moment I saw you when you stuck your beak in that kangaroo that had been rotting a week, my cold, slimy heart leapt like never before. It's yours, if you'll just say the word, evermore. I'll build you a house on a log in a bog, and feed you the dainties of soggy dead dogs, and brew you the finest of wild honey grog, if you'll make me the planet's most happiest frog." She cackled. "Most happiest? Sir, you're oblivious, amateur rap, and your grammar's amphibious." He was poked through by her scathing review. "So then eat me," he croaked, "but don't play with your food." Then Olga snapped back, "That's your dream? Here's a clue. You think I'll jump on you like a drunk kangaroo." He said, "You really think you're a frog dream come true? And why's everything have to be about you?" She sighed. "I get so sick of whimpering worshippers." Ivan said, "I'm just delivering furniture." Olga said, "It's not a chair that I need, but a horse." Ivan nodded. "Then call me your steed." "I meant," she corrected, "a literal horse." He stuttered, "Oh, right, I was kidding, of course." She said, "Sail to Fresno and find me the ace, a black Mustang with one light pink stripe on his face." "All right then," said Ivan, and went to chop wood, carved it down, built a boat that could float pretty good. And Olga turned spiders to pirates who sew to find sail, and by high tide they boarded to go. The first mate was climbing the mast, catching flies, as Ivan was rowing toward the horizon. She called from the shore, "I guess this is goodbye. If somehow you don't die, then I'd be so surprised that I'd tie on this tacky old apron and bake you a plate topped with eggs over chicken fried steak." She laughed. "Bake a plate," and then muttered, "Yeah, right." But she stayed, skipping stones, till he vanished from sight. She sang, "Could it be I'll be sad if he fails?" A soft, bashful breeze came and gladdened his sails. But then, on the other hand, what if he made it and came prancing back with his ego inflated? The braying and boasting would make him unbearable. Waves that arose shook the boat, something terrible. Overboard went Ivan's crew and his lunch. In his upchucking gut he developed a hunch. That witch must be chanting, so passive-aggressive. She's making the ocean go manic-depressive. She pondered, I doubt he'd be that insecure. A curious wind blew. He spotted the shore. But why did I say that dumb thing as he left, as if I'd wear an apron and make him a breakfast? Irina will laugh, corny old gender norms, and Ivan saw dark clouds roll in with a storm. He called out, "Oh, curse your internal debate!" She sang then again, but no, it was too late. He was swallowed by waves and dragged down to the depths. There bade Olga farewell with an insolent gesture. To be continued.